Today's podcast is brought to you by New Media, spelled N-U-M-E-D-I-A, the streaming media company that's taking on the big cable and satellite providers. If your cable bill has gotten out of control, listen up. You can get this amazing app at getnewmedia.com. It works on your TV with Amazon Fire Sticks and on tablets, phones, and devices. It's a convenient and cost-effective way to watch live HD TV and all your favorite premium channels. This isn't your typical TV app, like, those big companies. New Media has 2,000 channels with all the bells and whistles for one low price. You'll get beautiful live HD TV, over 100 children's news and entertainment channels, premium movie channels like Showtime, Cinemax, Stars, and HBO, dozens of sports channels. You'll never miss a game. A huge selection of international channels, something for everyone. Pay-per-view is also included in the New Media package. There are no long contracts. It's pay-as-you-go, no hidden fees, or TV box rentals. As a New Media member, you can use this app on up to 5 TVs or devices. The main requirement is a solid internet connection. That's it. GetNewMedia.com is the website to get all this for only $49.95 per month. That's GetNewMedia.com. You'll thank me later.
Welcome to Oh Hell No with Nicole.
Hey everyone, we're back with another episode of the Oh Hell No podcast. Today we have Brad Butler II. He is an entrepreneur, CEO of Brad Butler II and Associates LLC. Welcome, Brad. Thank you for being on the show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So tell us about the worst job you have ever had.
Let's see. And I've had a number of jobs. So, listen. If you're a real entrepreneur, if you're a real business owner, or you're a real dreamer like myself, you've gone through a number of different jobs trying to figure out what your path was. So I would say the worst job I think I had, even with the fact that I learned something from the job, probably the worst job that I had was. It was one of my sales jobs. I'm not going to name which company it was with, just because of the simple fact that who knows, I may possibly work with them one day. But it was a sales job, and it was just the simple fact that I was selling stuff to people, and it was kind of hard selling things to people, and I knew they didn't really need it, but I was selling it because I needed to make money. So sometimes it was kind of hard for me to go to sleep at night. But yeah, that was about it.
Yeah, I could never do sales because I am so not good at, like pitching to people or, and that's even with just doing what I do and trying to, implement different things and having to really sell. You have to sell, right? It's so difficult for me. So I totally hear you on that. So when did you start your company? And what was the catalyst for your journey into entrepreneurship?
My company has, it's actually only been around for a year now. So we just celebrated our anniversary. I believe it was in October, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah, just celebrated a little anniversary type situation there. Honestly, I'm terrible when it comes to numbers. I don't pay attention to that type of stuff at all. I'm really more about the work, the grind, just getting things done. So I really don't pay too much attention to, okay, when was this started? When did I establish this or that? For me, what started it was just the simple fact that there was a lot of people when I was younger that actually told me that I would not be able to do what I'm doing right now or have any of the achievements that I've gained over time. So it wasn't like a personal thing where it was like, oh, I'm going to show you guys that I can do this. It was more of, how far can I go? Like, how far can I really push myself? Like, if I've been able to hit this goal, what's to say that I can't hit the next one and the next one and the next one? So that's kind of what drove me to start the business and to actually turn it into something more than just me going out and speaking here and there and getting paid for it. It turned into, oh, you know what, Brad, you really have a gift for speaking. You should probably actually turn this into a business and make this a legitimate thing so people are looking at you and you have some credibility behind you.
So you are a motivational speaker.
Yeah, I guess it would go under that category. It's been given a lot of different titles.
Okay, well, tell me, what do you call it?
You know what? I believe it's whatever it feels good to you. Like when you hear me speak, whatever title pops into your head, then we go with that. And it's going to be different for every person that I talk to. So for some people, I've heard that I'm a motivational speaker. Others, I've heard I'm an empowerment speaker. For some people, I've heard I'm an effective communicator. And just recently, I've got from one of the guys in one of my communities, he actually called me a master storyteller. A master storyteller. You know, it's a number of different things out there. So I literally just let people give me whatever title they feel I should have, and then from there, I just take it and run with it. Obviously, when I'm pretty much marketing myself, I kind of use motivational speaker because that's the one that people are most, familiar with.
Okay. So what was the first speaking engagement that you had?
The first official speaking engagement I had.
No, not even the first official. The first time, that you got up and just spoke, and that spoke to you or spoke to other people that you felt like, wow, this is something that I can really do.
It probably was playing a sport. Probably for me playing one of my sports, because I was always, even as an athlete, I was always one of those people who was fairly quiet for the most part. And I didn't really speak unless something really needed to be said. And because I was one of those people, and because I was a jock and I was always on varsity and stuff like that, when I spoke and I was actually passionate about what I was speaking about, people would normally listen for the most part, not just because I was raising my voice, but because it actually had some content connected to it. My mom always told me, don't just open your mouth and speak just to speak. You got to have something important to say if you're going to stand there and talk. Don't just, run your mouth.
So you noticed that as an athlete, whenever you did speak on anything, people really paid attention to you and listened to what you were saying.
Right. Don't get me wrong. Like I was like some of the other kids where I joked around here and there. We played around and that type of stuff. But when I started putting bass in my voice and I started like, yo, hey, we gotta fit like that type of thing. Then it was, okay, you probably gotta,
No,
maybe we made an adjustment.
I totally understand what you're saying. I get it. Some people have that. Some people, when they start talking, people just really listen and just gravitate to what they're saying. So I totally get it. What are you the most passionate about, and how is that applied to your business?
I would say the thing that I'm most passionate about is people going out and actually taking a chance on their dreams, to go out and do that thing that they've been thinking about for the longest time, that feeling they have in the pit of their stomach where they're like, man, something's just not complete in my life. I really feel like I'm supposed to be doing something. My thing is for you to actually go out and explore and find out what that thing is, because if you don't, you're always going to have a sense of emptiness, because I dealt with that for a while. And until I went out and figured out that my gift was speaking, I don't think that I was going to be whole as a man. So,
okay,
that's my biggest thing. Like it completely changed my life when you figure out what your purpose is, what you're supposed to be doing with your life. It completely changes the way that you look at everything and all your interactions with people as well. It even changed the way that I approach women.
Wow. So, how did you figure out your purpose? What do you think led you to, knowing that, okay, my gift is speaking and this is what I want to do and what I'm going to do?
So the funny thing is, when I moved from Jersey, I'm originally from Jersey City. Mm-hmm. When I moved from Jersey City to the suburbs of East Windsor, I was placed in special ed classes. And one of the things that they said about me being in those special ed classes on my IEP is that, Brad Butler II has a hard time basically saying what he's thinking, expressing his thoughts. So that always stuck with me. I always felt like, oh, well, there's something wrong with me. I can't possibly say anything correct. Be saying anything correctly because they're saying that I'm not capable of doing it. So it always stuck with me. And that, in turn, it affected me when I got to the point where I said, maybe I think I kind of want to be a motivational speaker. Like, I really think I might be able to do it. Like, I've never really had stage fright or anything like that. But the thing that was holding me back was myself, not even my fear of stepping on the stage. That kind of was like a handicap that I had to overcome. Mm-hmm. And once I, what, I don't care. I'm going to at least try it, and I'm going to, I'm just going to fail forward. I'm going to see if I fall flat on my face, I'll fall flat on my face. But I don't want anyone to tell me that I can't do it and I just listen to them. I want to go out there and at least try it and see if I can really do this or not. And that's what I did. I finally went out and I attempted to do it. And then when I did it, I realized, you know what, this isn't as bad as I thought it was. And I realized that the best things in life are on the other side of fear.
Nice. So since starting your business, what are some struggles that you face on a daily basis, and how do you deal with these struggles?
Some of the struggles that I've dealt with on a daily basis is, in the beginning, you think that, you know, because you're doing something that's so positive for the kids and for the community and for the people, that you think that, oh, wow, everybody is going to jump on board. Everybody's going to support you, right? Because you're doing something positive, right?
Right.
No, it doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, it doesn't. I literally contacted a gentleman who will remain nameless, but he was a famous social media comedian. And he's out of the New Jersey area. And I contacted him because we went to school together. And I said, hey, you know, I'm trying to, you know, build up my fan base. Would you mind working with me to, you know, help me build it up? And he said, honestly, bro, I'm going to tell you the truth. The only way for you to, you know, become popular is for you to actually do things that are negative. So that's the only way. I don't know what else to tell you, bro. You're going to have to change your approach. And when I heard that, I was just like, wow, this can't be life. Like, this can't be true. Like, there has to be another way. And I just decided, no, I'm not going to go that route. I'm going to continue to, you know, work on the path that I'm currently on. And I'm going to find a way to make this work. If it takes me a year, if it takes me 5 years, if it takes me 10 years, whatever, it is what it is. I'll do whatever it takes to get to where I need to get to. And I'm so dedicated to the craft that I'm willing to spend my entire life working on this.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. Like, I see on social media, you know, people love tomfoolery and just ignorance. So they, you know, these videos with people doing stupid stuff or, you know, acting like a jackass, those are the videos that people want to see. And the stuff that we're doing, it just falls to the bottom. You know, you get a few people that are really interested and motivated, but it's harder work for us who are doing something positive than it is for these jackasses who make a 2-minute video of them doing a stupid dance or acting like a clown, and everybody's all over it and retweeting it and circulating it. It's unbelievable. So I totally get what you're saying, and it's sad, but unfortunately it's the world we live in. But you have the right attitude, you know, you got to keep going. So what is the biggest lesson you have learned to date that you apply to business and your personal life?
One of the biggest lessons I've learned in my life personally is that, you know, it's your dream, and other people don't necessarily have to support it in order for you to live out your dream. Like, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of other people who, you know, and it's not something that's fictional. I'm sure you can look it up and you can, you know, check with all the other famous people who are out there, entertainers and people that weren't even, you know, popular, but people who went off and did great things. And you check their track record and the people that surrounded them, I'm pretty sure the people within their neighborhoods and the small towns they probably came from or whatever the case may be, they didn't support them. They didn't think that they were going to be able to be as big as they were or have as much of an impact as they did, but they did what they were supposed to do with the God-given gifts they had anyway. And because they stayed consistent and because they worked hard and because they didn't let the naysayers and the negative people that came into their life deter them from their path, they were able to walk in purpose.
Yes.
So, like, that's the focus that you have to have. Like, you have to have that laser focus, that steely-eyed focus, so that no matter what happens, no matter what's going on in your life, you still continue to move forward.
Yeah, I love that. So
that was personally. Business-wise, it's literally, you got to understand that it's not personal, it's business. So you got to, like, and I can speak in my realm because of what I do, and with what I do as a motivational speaker or an effective communicator, I give more than I ask. So I give, then I ask for the check, because it's simply, I'm supposed to be doing more in the community than what I'm supposed to be receiving. Like, that's the lifestyle that I asked for. So I can't complain, at certain points in time because I don't know where the next check is going to come from.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't complain about it. All I can do is continue to work because this is the lifestyle that I asked for.
Okay, I like that. It's business, not personal. So, with that being said, who supports you the most and who is the most negative? And it could be a group of people, one specific person, the social media. Like, who would you identify in your life as the most supportive towards what you're building, and where do you get the most negativity?
The most support that I would say that I get definitely comes from my small circle. Like that, there's literally a small group of people that I'm around, and that's literally just family and a few close friends. So as far as the family, it's my mother, my father, my sister, and my fiance, and then a few small group of friends that I have that are constantly checking on me like in a way like, hey, you good, everything good, what's the next move, what are you doing next, that type of thing. Because whatever I did yesterday isn't enough to get me to tomorrow. So it's just one of those things where like you have to constantly be moving forward, constantly working to the next thing. And as far as the people that are negative, I honestly can't really say. And even if it was one specific person or one specific group, I wouldn't give them the justification. Like, I'm not going to give them, that airtime, at all. Literally, I know that there's people out there that are probably negative toward what I do, and that's fine. And whomever they are, I wish them the best. I hope that one day they figure out what their purpose is and that they can walk in that. But to give them a title or to give them a name, that's not something that, I can waste my time with doing.
Okay. All right. I like that. That's great. So what do you love the most about social media with regard to how it relates to your business, and what do you dislike?
I love the fact that it allows you to connect to people that you never would possibly meet in person.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be somebody all the way across the country, someone in a different country. And, the one thing that connects us all is people can tell when you're passionate, even if it's in a different language. Like, there's been times I looked at, the analytics, on my Instagram page or a Facebook page, and like, somebody in Germany looked at my video, somebody in Russia, somebody here, somebody there. It's like, wow, okay, that's cool. And you kind of wonder sometimes, it's like, wow, is this person really feeling inspired just the way, like, off of the vibe they're getting from me? And if so, man, that's a beautiful thing, that they can just kind of feel my passion, not even understanding the words that I'm possibly saying.
That is great. I do love that.
Yeah, I mean, so I love that manner of it. Anything that I don't like about it, I would say I don't like the fact, like what you said earlier, I don't like the fact that some of the some of the sadder things go viral.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many good things that are out there in the world, and so many people that just don't get the credit that they deserve. And like, I've run across a few different articles here and there, and stories here and there, where there's kids, in top of their class, or they're 18 years old and they're, about to graduate from college. Crazy stuff like that I could only have dreamed of when I was in school, and they're not getting their just due. Now, mind you, I'm sure that in life that they're going to do great things, but we are supposed to applaud that type of stuff. We're supposed to stand up on the mountaintop, clap our hands, stomp our feet, light a candle, because that is not something that happens every single day. Like, there's always a new guy who gets drafted to the NBA or to the NFL or whatever. And don't get me wrong, I know the numbers are slim for that, but it happens every single year at the draft. We don't see it every year that some of these kids are getting the accolades that they're getting. Like, there were some videos going on with like 5 or 6 different kids who got accepted to all these Ivy League schools. And it's like, yo, why aren't these kids getting recognized?
Wow, yeah. I know. It's it's just the way it is. It's sad, but I like the different outlets, like I think it's Media Blackout. They really post a lot of positive news. And they have a large following. So I like to see pages like that who are constantly promoting and posting positivity in our community. And I like that. So I try to follow pages like that and support them. So
Okay.
that's the best we can do, and then also the content that we're creating, and putting it out there. So, but yeah, I definitely agree with you. So what are your plans for your business? Where would you like to see your business go? And what are your short-term plans and maybe some long-term plans as well?
Okay, so a short-term goal for me right now is I actually just finished writing my book, so that's being edited now. So I actually wrote my book in 2 weeks. So I just made it a goal that I wanted to be more than just a speaker. I wanted to have another title attached to it. So, I wanted to be speaker and author and anything else that I can, muster up. Anything else, any other craft that I can work on to make myself a better version of me.
Nice.
So the book.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. The book will be coming out in the very near future, so that's a very short-term goal for me. Long-term, I actually wrote my own curriculum for high school and college students. So that's something that I plan to put into effect long-term. So it's a 12 to 15-week course where I would come into the school once a week, and I go over a different topic with the students. And these are all topics that the school is not going over with them. So if they're a high school student, it's going to prepare them for college. And if you're a college student, it's going to prepare you to be an adult. So like little topics such as time management, social media etiquette, certain things like that they're not being taught in school.
Nice. I love that. That's amazing. So good luck with that. I definitely want you to, once you do that, please come back and tell us about it and tell us where it's been implemented. So I'm going to hold you to that.
All right, thank you.
So what do you sacrifice to pursue your dreams?
Boy, I sacrifice money. I sacrifice time. I sacrifice relationships. There's a lot of early morning and a lot of late nights. There's a lot of stress because you want things to happen at a faster pace, but sometimes you just got to hurry up and wait.
I know.
And you've got to let things build. You've got to let it, build naturally. You got to build that momentum. And then once the momentum starts, as long as you're consistent with it, it'll start a domino effect, because I've only been a professional speaker for a year now. And in a year's time, I've had so much change for me. Like I talked to my fiance about it, and she looks back on, when I first started to where I'm currently at now, and she still can't believe it, because she was at my very first speaking engagement ever. Mm-hmm. And she took off from work and everything to make sure that it was recorded, the pictures were taken, so that if you have it documented, and I'd have proof. So for her to see where I started to where I am now, she's like, I already thought you were good the very first time I saw you speak, but to see the amount of control you have over your voice and the way you can control a room and how you can change your story at the drop of a hat to connect to the audience that you're dealing with, and how you're so flexible to be able to go from a women's empowerment speaking engagement to a men's empowerment speaking engagement to a high school to a college to Verizon. How you can do all these different speaking engagements and you give them all something completely different, and you never miss a beat. And it's a testament to my training. It's a testament to my community, how they've helped me, to build my ability to speak and the confidence to speak with the passion that I had inside of me since the day I was born.
And imagine that they said that you were not good at communicating. And look at you now. You see? People will try to put limitations on us, and you just can't let people limit you.
Yeah.
So, is there anything that you want to do that you are afraid to try?
I mean, at this point,
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of anything that I would be afraid to try. Are we talking about as far as just the business, or are you talking about just in general, anything at all?
Just regarding your professional life, just with your business, professionally, is there anything that you're like, man, I would really like to do that, but I just don't think I'm ready, or,
Don't get me wrong. I know that there are certain things that I might not be ready to take on just yet, but don't get it twisted. I'm not scared of anything anymore. Like at this point, I'm willing to go out, try it, fail, make my mistakes, make the adjustments, and then come back and fix it.
Right. That's great. All right. So, this is the Oh Hell No podcast. So now you have to share an Oh Hell No moment with us, and it could be a professional moment. It could be a personal moment. The oh hell no moment is a moment where you had to stop and say, oh hell no. Could be positive. It could be negative. It's just a part of our journey. So we want you to share your oh hell no moment.
Sure, no problem. Listen, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, if you're a motivational speaker or entrepreneur, there are going to be some periods, where you're just like, bro, this cannot be happening to me right now. Like, you can't be serious. So I don't curse, especially when I'm speaking. So for me, it's not going to be an oh no moment. It's just going to be like a oh no moment. So I was scheduled to speak at this school, and the vice principal said, come in. I want you to speak on this panel, and we're going to give you a time slot to speak. We'll give you 10, 15 minutes. We don't really know who you are, so we'll let you come in and speak for a little bit. So I said, sure, no problem. I came in on that date. I had my camera ready, had my videographer with me. She was ready to go. We were ready to take pictures, do everything that we needed to do for our part. I'm mic'd up and everything. We're standing in the waiting room, and he comes in and says, we're not going to need you to speak today, but you are more than welcome to watch our speakers. And I'm like, wow. And this was in the beginning phase, so I took off from work. For me, I'm missing money to go in to speak. You just told me that I'm not going to be able to speak. Now, mind you, you're not even paying me to do this. So I'm like, oh, come on, bro. Like, for real? But I was like, oh, all right. I'm going to try to, just suck it up. So I went out there, and I had to sit there and listen to the other speakers speak. And I was, like, super mad about it because I'm like, I've been training for this. I'm ready for this. And I feel like my content is way stronger than these other dudes. And, I really wanted the opportunity to speak. And I'm sitting there just kind of PO'd about it. And, my videographer was like, she knew I was angry too. But, I tried to, just not show it too much because the kids are there to see, something positive and hear a positive word. So I'm just like, whatever. I'm just trying to suck it up. And then out of nowhere, the vice principal comes back to me like, yo, I really need you to go out there and speak. Like, these speakers are doing really bad. And I'm like, what? I'm like, all right. So real quick, I, mic'd myself back up, got the camera ready and everything. And I had a long black jacket on. And without even thinking, he said, and, now we have, give us a round of applause for, Brad Butler II. He's going to speak for you guys. And without even thinking, I had a long black jacket on. I unzipped the jacket, took it off, and threw it. And to the kids, it was, amazing because it was a long black jacket. It was like Batman threw off his cape. That's kind of what it looked like because I unzipped it, took the jacket, and just threw it, and it landed on, the railing and just landed on top of it. So all the kids were like, whoa! And I'm like, okay, that's not what I was planning on doing. But as soon as he gave me the mic, I went and just went right into it. And it was like, boom, and it was completely different from anything that they had heard from the other speakers. And the principal was like, oh, my God, I need you to come back again.
Wow, look at that.
And that was kind of one of those moments where I was like, oh, wow, okay.
So it's a lucky thing you stayed. You didn't say, man, I'm out of here. Forget this,
Right.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that moment. So tell everyone how we can keep up with you so that we can find out when your book drops and, your curriculum, and just if someone wants to, get in touch with you for a speaking engagement.
Okay. Well, if you want to find out when the book is going to drop, and if you want to find out about the curriculum and all that, you are just going to have to go ahead and follow me on my social media page. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at B_Rad Inspires, all one word. If you want to follow me on YouTube, it's B-Rad Inspires. And on Facebook, it's Brad Butler II. Very simple.
Okay, awesome. And do you have a website?
Yep. Website is www.b-radinspires.com. And if you want to contact me for booking information or any inquiries like that, you can always send me an email at info@b-radinspires.com.
All right. Thank you so much, Brad.